Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, rule web, and the great example to the young brothers in the truth. And peace and blessing to the hopeful Lord willing this edifying. And it's just a video from RT. I just downloaded to skip past commercials and try to avoid a copyright strike or something of that nature. But they still can hit me with it. But it is what it is. But I just downloaded, try to avoid it. And the title of it was the U.S. military on UFOs and why. I wouldn't say it said something like why they won't, why they, why are they keeping it a secret, so to speak. But we gonna go into it, you know, and we gonna get some precepts. Cause at the end of the day, the U.S. military, the motherfucking Chinese military, the Russian military, all these different militaries gonna have to deal with what, man? The UFOs, man. They gonna have to, they gonna have to prepare themselves, man. They ain't gonna fight, man, regardless if you want to or not, man. But Lord willing is edifying. And if I ain't say it, I want to get all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem. I think I said it. But I want to get all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakadash. And double honor once again to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, rule web, and a great example to his young brothers in the truth.
Portable TV. Come watch with me. Hey, welcome back. I'm Rick Sanchez. While most of our competitors spend their day, or worse yet, your day, broadcasting the conflict du jour between what some Republican said or did and what some Democrat, Nancy did or said, we here on the News with Rick Sanchez try to be bigger than that. So we tell you, as we just did in this previous topic, about weighty issues that affect the entire planet. The big stuff, the stuff that really matters. But then again, what if that still isn't big enough? What if there's something out there that's even bigger than relations between China and Russia and India and Iran and the U.S.? And I mention this because while I usually don't put a lot of attention on things like UFOs, suddenly it has become the conversation du jour. Why? A report that's about to be released and a comment from a former president. Take a listen.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved.
And y'all can't explain, but we can explain it, man. He said something about how they move. So let's go. Let's go to Ezekiel, man. Ezekiel 1. We're going to go straight to the point in Ezekiel 1. Also, we ain't going to play with it. We're going to get straight to the point. Because he said we don't understand how they move, but the scripture tell you, Oh, boy. I put Ezekiel 1. Is it Ezekiel 1? Let's find it. This is Ezekiel 1 in chapter. I start at 5. I read it fast, and the point is in verse 9. It reads, also out of the mist, I started at 4. It say, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind going into the UFOs, the chariots of the Lord, the UAPs, the area phenomena, however they say it. It say, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind, the UAP, aka UFO, aka the chariots of the Lord. Known as the chariots of the Lord. Ain't no aka, that's what they are, the chariots of the Lord. came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of amber, and out of the midst of the fire, also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of four living creatures. And this is going to the angels. It say, and this is the appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and everyone had four faces, and everyone had four wings, and their feet were straight feet, and the soles of their feet was like the soles of a calf's foot. Going into that, they at the end of the day they ain't had calf feet. Like they was some kind of no. They had on shoes that divided their feet. Like the ninja boots. They ain't actually have. They wasn't like the damn. I forgot the satire, man. They just had those shoes on that divide the two big toe, or however you say it, the big toe and the toe next to the big toe. Them ninja boots, man. Type shoes. It say their feet were straight feet, and the soles of their feet was like the soles of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass, so they were brown. Burnished brass is brown, dark brown. It say, and they had the hands of a man under their wings, and on their four sides and they four had four faces, and their wings, verse 9, their wings were joined together, and they turned not when they went. They went every one straight forward, so they ain't have to turn. They can just be going straight, and then if they want to go right or left, they go boom, boom. That's how the chariots move, man. The chariots or spirit, man. Ain't no propulsion system. They ain't got rockets on them. If they want to go left, they got to turn a rocket to this trajectory, however you say that shit, and they go right, or they go left, or they do a loop-de-loop. No, they do what they want to do. They can disappear, they can reappear, they can break off into 1,000 pieces if they would. That's the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. In those chariots, man. These people horses are flesh, and our horses, that protect us are spirit, man.
Their trajectory, they did not have an easily explainable pattern.
RT correspondent Trinity Chavez takes us further into this story.
Decades after flying saucers first captured people's imaginations, some Navy videos that show unidentified flying objects are sparking legitimate questions, some of them from senators and the former president.
Wow, look at it fly!
Today, a renewed interest in UFOs. After releasing video taken by military pilots off the coast of San Diego in 2019 and verified older footage leaked online, the Pentagon says something is definitely out there.
They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
While some call them UFOs, these fast, agile, and extremely mysterious objects are now being referred to as unidentified aerial phenomena. And now everyone wants answers.
I'm not telling you that it doesn't sound wacky. What I'm telling you is real. The question is, what is it? What are its intentions? What are its capabilities?
In a 60-minute...
Yeah, and they hollering about what is it? What is it's the chariots of the Lord? What is capability? One of those chariots can destroy the whole earth, man. If it that was the case, and your ass is done, man. It's real, and it's here, man. The scripture tell you that the eyes of the Lord are upon this sinful kingdom, man.
Interview, Lou Elizondo, who spent 20 years running military intelligence operations and served in the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, said there are simple explanations for some of the things people see in the sky, but there are some that are not. In a recent interview with James Corden, former President Barack Obama also waited.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain.
And the men of the Lord, we can explain it. We broke it down to you thousands and thousands of times and doing it right now, man. We let you know, man. The scriptures tell you, the Lord told you, man. He chose the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. These people supposed to be wise and mighty. They rich, they noble. They've been to all these prestigious colleges and shit, and they can't even explain what's going on as far as what they see in the sky, man. But the scriptures say that he chose the foolish thing to confound the wise. And what did your beloved President Theodore Roosevelt say? A thorough understanding of the Bible is better than any college education, man. So I don't give a fuck who you pull. You pull up the Einstein, or all these different scientists. We'll confound them, man. Through what? The words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. They gonna come this theory and that theory and this times that times this equal that. Man, look, nobody wanna hear that shit. We don't wanna hear that. We talking about the scriptures, man. Explain this. Can you explain this? Oh, Darwinism, Big Bang. Man, we don't want to hear all that, man. We want to know what, we don't want to hear no theories. We want to know science, man. And we know science means to know, man.
How they moved, their trajectory. They did not have an easily explainable pattern. And so, I think that people still take seriously trying to investigate and figure out what that is.
In the White House press conference on Friday, Biden was asked about Obama's remark.
And he says we don't know exactly what they are. What do you think that it is?
I would ask him again. Thank you.
While the Pentagon resurrected ATIP, now called UAP Task Force, service members are now encouraged.
This is like in our
to report strange encounters, but the Senate wants more.
Anything that enters an airspace that's not supposed to be there is a threat.
After receiving classified briefings on UAPs, Senator Marco Rubio called for a detailed analysis this past December when he was still head of the Intelligence Committee.
I want us to have a process to analyze the data. Every time it comes in, that there be a place where this is cataloged and constantly analyzed until we get some answers.
Now the Office of the Director of National Intelligence and the
You got the answers from the men of the Lord. So you got the military, everybody all confounded. They trying to figure out what's going on, what they looking at, what they see. These motherfuckers watch us, man. Don't let Esau fool you or have you like, no, nobody know what. No, man. These people in the Pentagon, they got motherfuckers on YouTube sitting up just watching videos, flagging videos, taking videos down. They know what, they didn't watch these videos and heard what we had to say, man. They know that these are the chariots of the Lord that they dealing with and that they gonna have a fight on their hand, man, that they can't finish, man. Your ass gonna fight, man.
Secretary of Defense will be required to provide the Intelligence and Armed Services Committees of Congress with an unclassified report on unidentified objects by next month. That requirement was tucked into the massive $2 trillion coronavirus stimulus bill passed by Congress and signed into law by then-President Donald Trump last year. Reporting the news for Rick Sanchez, Trinity Chavez, RT.
Wow. Joining us now, Rick Tomlinson, founder and chairman of Space Fund and the co-founder of the Space Frontier. Also joining us is Hollywood insider Sean Stone to talk about this from maybe a larger standpoint. Rick, let me start with you. I don't really have to ask you the question because you've been asked this question a million times. Is there or isn't there?
There probably is, and I doubt that they are spending much time around here. And I've got to tell you, when you look at these things, for example, you just showed this clip You showed the little triangular one, which must have made the Stargate fans go nuts. You know, it turns out that when you're shooting a picture of one of these things using night vision, the iris in the night vision camera is triangular shaped. And if you're out of focus, you're going to get a triangular shape. These are the kinds of things we have to peel away to get down to the truth of maybe that tiny percent that is real. But we're getting too hyped up about things that are explainable using physics, science, and just a serious mind.
What do you mean we're getting too hyped up? I mean, should we not want to know?
No, we should want to know, but there's a level at which we kind of will sit back and we'll kind of go with what we want. See, my biggest problem with UFOs and aliens, quote unquote, is that we want them too badly. We've had them throughout the history of humanity. They used to be called angels.
See, this nigga know. These motherfucking devils know, man. You know, these insiders and shit, they already know, man. Then when they hear the Hebrew Israelites, they like, oh shit, this is right. This the truth. You know? Listen to what this nigga saying, man. You know? These motherfuckers know, man.
We want. See, my biggest problem with UFOs and aliens, quote unquote, is that we want them too badly. We've had them throughout the history of humanity. They used to be called angels. They used to be called demons. And they always have to be a little better than us, a little more high tech than us.
And they are better than you. They are angels, man. You know? If an angel can't die, so that alone make them better than you. You know, and that's the same thing. This guy Chris, I forgot the bitch name. You know, he came on my damn page talking about some in the chariots or this. Matter of fact, I think this. Hopefully this is. I can read the comment this bitch sent. You know. I was gonna do a video on it, but I probably ain't gonna never do it. But I wrote it down. If I can get to it, I don't want to take all day trying to find it. Yep. And it ain't pull up all Chris, however you say that. It say the chariots or UFOs these groups idolize, well, idolize nothing, are demons pretending to be aliens, UFOs, aliens, and ghosts are all demons. It's all deception. God said many deceivers, and we ain't deceiving nobody. We let you know that those UFOs that you see, and why you calling them demons? What have they done to you? You know, the chariots they just pop up. They ain't killing people and doing it yet. You know, they pop up, you know, show themselves. But what the Lord say, I will show new signs and other strange wonders, man. I will show signs and wonders in the heavens above, man, in the earth beneath. Be not dismayed at the signs in heavens, man. You know? They ain't did nothing to nobody yet, for the most part, you know. They ain't came and killed thousands of people yet. You know, they ain't bothering nobody. They just pop up, you know, do their thing, you know, and disappear on your ass, man. But you labeling them demons, man. And all this and that. If they were true, you know, like demons, like how Esau think, man, them chariots will pull up and fuck everything up, man. But they ain't doing that shit, man. They gonna do it, but they not yet, you know. And these devils know, man, that according to the scriptures, that the UFOs, so-called UFOs, are the angels, man.
So now they're aliens.
So it's a...
Sit back and we'll kind of go with what we want. See, my biggest problem with UFOs and aliens, quote unquote, is that we want them too badly. We've had them
You got them. You ain't gotta want a damn thing. They are here and they are not for your good. You devils, you fucking Edomites, all this smiling and playing. You finna go head first in the hardcore bondage, man. That's where your ass headed to, man.
Had them throughout the history of humanity. They used to be called angels. They used to be called demons. And they always have to be a little better.
This the book of Psalms chapter 68 and verse 17. The chariots, the UFOs, UAPs of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels, and the Lord is among them as in Sinai and in the holy places. Yeah, so the chariots, the so-called UFOs, are are the angels, man.
Than us, a little more high tech than us. So now they're aliens.
So it's a conscious.
So it's time for you to step back and focus in.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's almost like a consciousness that we have. Sean, what do you make of that?
100%, and it's real. It's part of our experience as humans. That's why it's an aspect of our recorded history, going back to our ancient mythology, even cave depiction.
And it ain't no damn mythology. He said going back to ancient mythology and even cave depiction. Yeah, because the chariots have been here since the earth began, man. You know, and in Genesis, when it say, in the spirit of of the Lord, roughly paraphrase, moves upon the face of the deep. Shit, they wasn't just floating. No, the chariots been around all the way back, going back then, man. You know? Yeah, Habashai and that first fruit, they wasn't just, floating around. No, man. They was in, crafts, because that's just how the Lord operates, man. Same way we going to be angels when we get changed and put in them new bodies. We ain't going to be just, if we want to fly, float, through the space, we can. But we going to have chariots, man. The scripture tell you that it's going to be a chariot over our dwelling places, man. Lord willing, we be at that elect. The elect of the nation of Israel will have a chariot over their dwelling place, put it like that. I dare not make myself part of that number. But at the end of the day, the elect will have chariots of, the chariots always been around. The chariots are a spirit, man. They ain't flesh, man. They exist. They're real, man. Ain't no damn UFO, no aliens, Green Man, Mars attack. Ain't none of that, man. It's gonna be angels pulling up woolly-haired black men, and they gonna come with Yahweh, who the word English called Jesus, and they gonna take the earth, man. And you heathens going into captivity.
That are, some people say, look like aliens, because it is part of our experience. Jacques Vallée, I think, has done one of the best jobs in terms of explaining how it has changed in terms of the way we've described these beings, from angels to elves to fairies, you name it. But there's something much bigger going on this planet than just humans being the highest level of life. And I think that these visuals, again, this is not new. This is not new information for those of us that have been studying this. Go back to Project Blue Book in the 50s, and the fact that, very good scientists were looking at this, saying 20%, at least 20% of the reports are very credible. We cannot explain it. It's not just swamp gas or Venus. And again, you have pilots that fly every day. They know what they're looking at, and they know when they're shocked by craft that move. Even myself as a personal viewer of craft that move too fast through, across the sky. Now the question, of course, becomes: is every craft an alien? No, I don't believe so. I think that we know that we have programs that have been called secret space programs. You're talking about billions of US dollars that have been spent over the years that could be very much our very advanced craft that we do not know about.
So Sean, I'm almost hearing you say or intimate that
in a damn U.S. military, no other military ain't got no crafts they can do what these chariots can do. They ain't got no crafts that's gonna disappear, reappear, split into two. They don't have that, man. But they want to try to control the narrative, make like, oh, these UFOs could be some kind of Russian technology, China technology. No, man, those are chariots of the Lord, man. Ain't no damn technology, a chariot split into two, and then the 4, and then the 10, and then the 20, and then the 100. No, man, that ain't got no technology that can do that, man. Ain't no Starlink. Satellite. No, that ain't no damn Starlink satellite, man. That ain't what that is. Those chariots of the Lord, the UFOs.
we know, but we're not being told. Is that what you believe? And then I want to give Rick an opportunity to finish this up.
I mean, there was Daniel Inouye, I think, was the senator from Hawaii, and he was investigating back in the 80s the secret programs, and he was saying, look, it's almost like there's this advanced black programs that exist with its own air force, and the government basically there's things that are beyond conventional classifications of top secret, right, and levels of clearance above that. So I don't think there's someone necessarily that knows everything. I think that a lot of these things are classified and branched off in such ways that it's very difficult for anyone to say definitively how much they know. Even Clinton wanted to know a lot when he was president. He said he couldn't find out everything.
So, Rick, 45 seconds to you before we end the show. Why wouldn't they tell us if they know? What's the big deal?
First of all, I want to send your viewers, there's a guy named Nick West who breaks this stuff down beautifully. Go look at his stuff.
Okay.
It's amazing. Now, why wouldn't they tell us? Maybe they're telling us because how convenient would it be if every time somebody in the world saw something like that and they thought it was a UFO, and underneath, it might have been one of our vehicles. So it's a great cover story if you want to send out spy vehicles all over the place, which, by the way, we were doing in the 50s and 60s, just when these stories were out there at first. So if somebody in Russia or China or somewhere else looks up and sees somebody in the sky, you go, oh, it's a UFO. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's one of ours.
Yeah, works pretty well as a cover story as well. Great point. You guys are fantastic. That's really a fascinating conversation. I'm so glad that we had it. Thanks to you. Have a great day.
And that ain't what it is, man. These chariots are the chariots of the Lord, man. Not that Esau ain't got nothing he can whip out that can do the things that these chariots do. And they gonna have to Esau ass gotta fight, man. All this playing and lying. No, your ass finna fight, man. You finna go to war with what, man? The chariots of the Lord. The second Exodus chapter 13 and verse 1, it say, and it came to pass 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there rose a wind from the sea that moved all the waves thereof, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when I turned my countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen up under him, and whosoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there gathered together a multitude of men going to these militaries out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea, came out of the heavens, cracked those clouds. It say, but I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself an image. Graven himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would have seen the region or place wherewith the hill was graven, and it could not. It say, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they that were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet there's fight. So yeah, gotta fight, man. You know, you can be scared as you want to be, shitting on yourself, throwing up, anxiety, panic. Guess what? You gotta fight, man. You gotta fight, man. You gotta fight. You gotta deal with these so-called UAPs or UFOs, man. It say, and lo, as he saw the violence of the It say, lo, and as he saw the violence of the multitude came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor his sword or any instrument of war, but I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it been a blast of fire, and out of his lips breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. You know, but that's pretty much the point. They ain't gotta fight, man. You know, they gonna have to fight, man. this Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 16, it reads, "When I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered, and at the voice rightness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, and that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he come up upon the people, he will invade them with his troops." And who gonna invade them with his troops? Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. These so-called UAPs, UFOs, area phenomena that you speak about. Yeah, the Lord gonna pull up on your ass deep, man, with the thousands of heaven, man. You know, they gonna pull up deep as hell. And it ain't gonna be no game, man. Ain't gonna be no laughing and giggling, no lollipop suck, none of that, man. When Yahweh Shai, who the word even called Jesus Christ return, is gonna go down, man, on all levels, man. You know. But that's pretty much the point. You know, I just wanted to bring that news clip out. You know, the U.S. military on UFOs and why they hiding shit. Roughly paraphrased. Why? Because ultimately they trying to slowly demonize the chariots and make like they the good guys, and the chariots are, you know, trying to destroy humanity or some crazy shit, man. But the Lord, at the end of the day, you add going into captivity. 2/3 of our people getting put to death who don't want to believe. And it is what it gonna be, man. You know? But that's pretty much the point, Lord. When this is edifying, I'm going to end it giving all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakdash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone rule well. Being a great example to the young brothers in truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Kwame Yashala in the Bible bar. Shalom.